Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Cork Cross. The evening's fixture is the Cork Business and Shipping League Mick Mooney Cup Final. The trophy is named after Mick Mooney, who toiled for many years with the Business League. I just want to take the team lineups there for two very well supported and well run clubs. Quinlans FC. Number 1, Charles Briggs. Number 2, Ian Keely. Number 3, Sean O'Donovan. Number 4, Kevin Murphy. Number 5, Gary Cool.
Graphics over this part.
Number 6, Kyle Hospital. Number 7, Graham Hospital. Number 8, Colin Kerwin. Number 9, Daniel O'Donovan. Number 10, Damien O'Mahony. And number 11, Darren Hospital. Satellite Taxis FC. Number 1, Ken Hunt. Number 2, Shane Dooley. Number 3, Eric Kennedy. Number 4, Number 4, Greg Brown. Number 5, Ross Heath. Number 6, Kenneth O'Neill. Number 7, Connor. Number 8, Mark Number 9.
Hello everybody, welcome and thank you for joining us for this, one of the most prestigious days in the Cork Business League calendar. We're here at Turner's Cross Stadium, the home of Cork City FC, to bring you the final of the 2019 Sports Gear Direct Mick Mooney Cup with thanks to Full Time Productions. My name is Alan O'Brien, and joining me on commentary today is a man who knows not only about playing at this level but winning at this level. He's a two-time champion and with an in-depth knowledge of the Cork Business League with thanks to his work on the CBSL Newsroom Facebook page. Aaron O'Sullivan joins me on commentary today.
It's a pleasure to be here. I would love to say it's a consolation to be commentating on the game, but I would much rather be playing.
Aaron, of course, a defending champion from last year, one of Satellite Taxi squad last year. So for the next 90 minutes at least, he is a current and reigning champion.
And I'm enjoying every minute of it.
So conditions today in Turner's Cross, it's an overcast evening here in Cork, but it is warm, it is dry, and we're hoping that the rain is going to hold off for the evening and will contribute to a great game of football here.
As you may know, the game was actually postponed due to bad weather originally. So
this game due to be held back in April, and we had to postpone it. This was the available date, so it's a bit later than usual. You've had a longer reign than you were probably expecting as a champion.
Yep. And I'm surprised they didn't postpone it further because the weather's so good this evening. So.
It is a cracking evening. So we're going to go through the starting lineups, starting with Quinlan's FC. In goal, Aaron Spriggs. Number 2 is Diarmuid Kennelly. Number 3, Sean O'Donovan. Number 4, Kevin Murphy. Number 5, Gary Gould. 6 is Kyle Hosford. 7, Graham Hosford. 8, Colin Kerwin. 9, Danny O'Donoghue. 10, Damien O'Mahony. And number 11 is Darren Hosford. And for Satellite Taxis, in goal for them, Cian Hammond. Number 2 is Shane Doody. Number 3, Eric Kennedy. 4 is Greg Brown. 5 is Ross Healy. Wearing number 6 is Emmett O'Neill. 7 is Kevin O'Connor. 8, Mark Marr. 9, Patrick Horgan. 10 is Shane Irwin. And number 11, Breffney McCarthy.
So we're hoping for some early drama here in the game. Maybe a few red cards, controversial decisions.
So
keep us well entertained.
Captaining Satellite Taxis today, Cian Hammond, in the absence of Shane Dorgan. He is on his honeymoon at the moment. And
a very lucky woman there, planning a wedding this time of year. So the Mick Mooney Cup Final is on around May, so
really interrupting with the season there for Satellite Taxis. They are going to be missing a couple of key players today. Shane Hennessy, top goal scorer in the Mick Mooney Cup, top goal scorer in the league, and top goal scorer overall in all competitions. So he's going to be a big loss for them.
Yeah, and he's an overall top man. And they're definitely going to miss him today because he is really the focal point of their team. And does get him out of a lot of sticky situations too.
Absolutely, 21 goals in the league this season, really prolific. And looking at their other scorers, I mean, their next highest goal scorer in the league is Shane Dorgan, who's also absent with only 4 this season. So where are the goals going to come from for Satellite?
Yeah, really now the main threat is going to be Pa Horgan and Breffney McCarthy, I believe. But really it could be anyone. It's a very well-rounded side they have out there now.
So we're just waiting to get underway here. Quinlan's Bar, they're in the light blue kits, Satellite Taxi and Navy. Quinlan's Bar going to be attacking the the old shed end, the Joe Delaney stand in the first half. And as we wait, final instructions there from referee Dennis Cronin. We are about to get the 2019 Sports Gear Direct Mick Mooney Cup underway.
This, of course, is the first of 2 finals that Quinlans are in.
Indeed, they are going to be back here on the 6th of June, and we are underway here. Quinlans, as mentioned, playing from left to right here in this first half, playing a long ball. And contested here in the midfield. And out for the game's first throw-in. It's going to be Sean O'Donovan.
It's always an edgy time, first few minutes of the game.
Definitely you want to get into the game, get settled down, settle the nerves and get on the ball and get possession.
Absolutely. You might see a few heavy touches and misplaced passes. To get a lucky break here will make a huge difference.
It's ball played into the
man
box.
Down in the box.
And it's cleared by Satellite. Swept up there by Diarmuid Kennelly. And it's going to be Sean O'Donovan to retrieve this. Under pressure here. Decides to take the safe option.
So one thing to look out for today for Satellite is their 2 fullbacks getting forward. Very good on the ball.
Oh, there's a chance here. It's good effort. Flashes across the face of goal, but that's out for a goal kick.
It's Pa Horgan, nice turn there. Kind of snatched at the shot. Positive start for both teams.
Definitely, looking at getting on the ball, getting forward. Pa Horgan, of course, scoring the decisive goal in the semi-final against UCC. As we get a quick thumbs down here from Aaron O'Sullivan. And that's up and one in the middle of the park. A nifty turn there.
Mark Marr
Definitely a pair of tricks in the book here. As Satellite look to attack down the left. And it's Pa Horgan again. And he's showing the sideline there. Very good play there from Diarmuid Kennelly to just shepherd the ball out of play.
So strong now. Oh, nice bump.
Calls for a free there, given Satellite Taxi.
So
Looking to be maybe just getting on top here in the early exchanges.
and they're lining up with a 4-5-1 with Pa Horgan up front. Looks to be on his own. And Breffney McCarthy looks like he's playing right wing. And Kevin O'Connor left wing.
Is this a formation that we'd expect from Satellite, or is this kind of compromised by the absences in the team?
Definitely selection wise. The team is usually built around Hennessy being the focal point there.
Kevin Murphy plays the ball into the box. Oh, and that was a ball that could have taken a touch and gone anywhere.
That's Greg Brown for Satellite.
It's Cullen Curran. Puts the ball behind there for a corner.
So look for some fancy tricks here from the set pieces.
So our first corner of the game here. Pa Horgan's going to be the man to whip this in. Can't beat the first man on that occasion.
Simon Armin.
And strike again. That's an easy take for Aaron Spriggs there. It was straight down his throat, and be good for him to get an early touch in this game.
Absolutely.
That'll build the confidence. And likewise the other end, Cian Hammond, straight down to him, and he gets his hands on the ball early.
The hero of last year's final. Scoring a penalty and saving 2 or 3 of them as well.
Definitely, he's a very strong keeper in a penalty shootout, and he'll back himself when it comes to a penalty shootout.
Oh,
Quinlans
huge chance, Danny.
It's played across square. Oh! And that was a wonderful clearance there. That was Greg Brown coming back and saving Satellite there early.
I think a bit more killer instinct was needed there by Danny O'Donoghue, but he saw his buddy Damien O'Mahony
Definitely
with an open goal.
possibly should have taken the shot on himself there, but
easy for us to say. It's Darren Hosford who'll take a lot of set pieces tonight.
that swung into the back post, but an infringement in the box there, and it's going to be a free out to Satellite Taxis.
Most likely an offside. I'm kidding, of course. Huge chance. And that's one of the ones you think about when you go to bed at night, whether you win or lose.
And in a game that we expect to be as tight as this, you know, every chance is going to count, and that's an easy one wasted early in the game here. Cian Hammond kicks the ball on. That's out for a Quinlan's throw in.
Quinlans are absolutely deadly from set pieces.
It's going to be Graham Hosford who's going to take this one.
Lots of big men.
Looking at swinging this one into the box. Right footer from the left hand side of the pitch, so attacking the goal with this. Can't beat the first man on this occasion. Puts back out to him. Scrappy around the box here, but Satellite managed to get it away. They're not out of danger yet. Quinlan's retreat, looking to possibly build again, building patience. And that was a very nice pass. If anyone could have gotten on the end of it, that would have been Satellite's defence is unlocked there.
Absolutely, and usually very sturdy at the back is Ross Healy, towering figure there, playing alongside Greg Brown. Looked a bit edgy here in the first few minutes.
To be expected, but
nice
Quinlans look like they're settling into this game well.
Absolutely. Some nice movement here.
And some nice passes.
Lovely football.
It's back here, Breffney McCarthy who's surging forward. Runs into a bit of trouble. That ball's gone forward again. And this is Paul Horgan.
He needs more help, and there's not many people getting forward for him.
Simon Irwin really the only man, and that's kind of the danger of playing a 4-5-1 is your striker can get isolated up there. So Shane Irwin breaking forward to try and get into the box there, but he was the only man really who was the option there for Paul Horgan.
Yeah, just looking for a bit more aggression there from the full backs, I reckon. These two guys, Shane Doody and Eric Kennedy, are fantastic footballers. Just as good going forward as they are defending.
Would they be described more as the modern wing back?
Absolutely, both left footed as well. So I'd say they have two outstanding left backs.
Ball whipped in here, and that was looking for Shane Irwin there, who was in space, but vital interception. He shepherded it out of play though, and it is a Quinlan's throw in. Full commitment into the tackle there.
Mark Mara. He'd be known for that. Chance.
This is a good run here.
Ross Healy
across the cover.
He's faster than he looks.
And does really well there, Ross Healy.
Experienced defender, former Ring Mahon player.
And that is something to point out here for people who may not know the league. I mean, there's a lot of players with very good quality here. As you see a lovely turn from Paul Horgan. He sets Mark Maher into space, but I think that's just too much weight on the pass there. But it was a lovely turn there from Paul Horgan. He's really looking like a standout player here for Satellite.
Definitely looking the liveliest so far. Mark Maher just didn't really have the burners to get after that one. The pass was kind of overcooked.
There was a little bit too much weight in the pass there. But
yeah. One thing Mark Maher will give is absolutely 127%.
But being called back here for a free on Satellite, was a foul there on Paul Horgan, and it's going to be Greg Brown to take. Satellite packing the box for this, so it looks like this ball is going to be played long into the box to them.
He has a nice delivery too. And a lot of it is going to be aimed at Ross Healy, who's so good in the air.
There's a chance there for Quinlans to break, but that's been put out of play there by Shane Doody. Just going for the safe option there, allowing them to regroup after that. It's the smart thing to do really in that situation.
Definitely. Here he is again.
Ball interrupted.
Watch the speed of this guy.
And definitely pace to burn here as he takes on the defence there of Quinlans.
So the main threat out wide is going to come from Doody and Eric Kennedy. So blistering pace. One thing to watch for Quinlans though is Damien O'Mahony, Danny O'Donoghue and Darren Horsford, who've played together for years. They're so quick on the break. They know each other inside out.
It's that chemistry built up from years of playing together.
Yeah.
This is Breffney McCarthy. McCarthy again.
Could be
some nice
offside,
plays here. Doody looking to win that. It's a long ball there, but that's Greg Brown. Again, just shepherding it out of play. Nice, cool and calm there under pressure.
Satellite kind of getting the better of it now again. Those 50 battles. Win, lose or draw, we are encouraged to get a satellite taxi back to Quinlan's bar tonight.
There's a shot here.
Danny O'Donoghue on his weaker foot.
Danny O'Donoghue there. Quinlan's captain. He's got a sight at goal now with that one, so he'll be looking to go closer again now next time.
He has been known for scoring spectacular goals. He won this competition back in 2012 too. The former Anglers Rest. Big shout out to them.
Interesting enough, our same referee, Dennis Kerwin, was the referee in that game also. And this is O'Donoghue with a lovely touch there, but just run out of play there.
Yeah, Dennis Cronin, best in the business.
Kyle Hosford just couldn't keep it in play. There's O'Donoghue involved again. That's out for another satellite taxi throw.
Some space here.
Whoa. Whoa. Unfortunately, nobody capitalised on that, and Aaron Spriggs, he's not going to get an easier take than that all game. That's a monstrous
huge kick,
out.
and he's got a corner out of it.
Ross Healy up-headering that, but can only put it out for a corner in that occasion.
Look at Dermot Keneally now trotting forward. More big men.
It will be Darren Hosford to whip this in.
That's in.
Oh, that's off the post, I think. There's a bit of a skirmish here. Everyone trying to swing a leg at it, but ultimately out for a goal kick.
Liquid football. I think it hit the post there.
That did. It came back off the post, and there was a bit of a melee there. Nobody quite sure where the ball was, and everyone just trying to swing a leg to get at it. But ultimately out for a goal kick.
If I was a betting man, I would say that Quinlans are likely to score from a set piece like that.
Ball with Graham Hosford in the air.
We've kind of
Graham
seen
Hosford again.
We've seen how evenly matched the teams are. There's no one really taking control. It is really back and forth.
Kyle Hosford now trying to do a run, but he's cut out.
Simon Aaron very tidy on the ball.
Patient football there from Quinlans. And that's
Murphy.
not a very good ball there. Kevin Murphy just putting that ball straight out of play.
Lively opening 15 minutes.
You know, I mean, don't think we can accuse either side of being conservative here. They're really going at it in the opening stages.
And they've all been here before, most of these guys. So they know what to expect.
In a cup final, not really going to faze them. That ball kept in play there.
Eric
And this
Kennedy,
is-
of course, who was the man of the match
This
last
is
year.
Pat Horgan again. That's a lovely ball played in, but can't find Breffney McCarthy there. And that's going to be a free out to Quinlans.
Interesting matchup. The strength of Breffney going up against those big guys at the back for Quinlans as well.
Spriggs looking to play this one long. Trying to use the big men of Quinlan's.
Nice kick again.
Just left it go over his shoulder there. Damien O'Mahony, but that ball out for a goal kick.
Now, Cheese, how far can you kick the ball? He likes to aim his kickouts, so you might see him try pick out full back here.
accuracy rather than length. Indeed. Well,
Darren Hosford down.
Darren Hosford down injured there. Just took a bit of a bump there, but I think he's okay. Indeed, back on his feet there.
A couple of seconds longer there, he could have gone into concussion protocol. It's been dodgy for him. And finally we've heard some shouting from the sideline. It's taken 15 minutes. Usually two of the loudest shouting sidelines in the league.
Quinlans to the byline.
Oh,
that was a good touch. No.
He was looking for a penalty. I think he felt that tackle coming in, Damien O'Mahony.
I think he possibly anticipated more than it was actually there.
And sometimes you have to. Took the chance. Or he'll be regretting it now.
This is Hammond. Again, placing his kick outs more so than going for length. It's a bit of a wayward punt there.
That's one word for it. So it looks now as if Quinlans are actually keeping two up top.
So reverting to more of a traditional 4-4-2.
Yeah, with Danny O'Donoghue and Damien O'Mahony.
The surface there in front of goal is
not choppy.
It's a bit choppy, so I mean a ball like that, I was looking at that, waiting for it to bounce and seeing what it would do, but having cat-like reactions to it. That ball well won there by McCarthy. Horgan trying to play the ball around the corner, but Irwin just not quite anticipating it.
This is just where
he's chasing that ball down, and
they're so used to playing the ball into Hennessy's feet here, and he does a turn and just makes something out of nothing. So they are going to have to figure out another way of creating chances here. Irwin just didn't read Horgan's pass there.
It is so difficult to adapt to another player's style of play.
Yeah, and they've been doing this for 2.5 seasons now with Hennessy, so very unfortunate he's missing today.
Misses everyone.
Very aesthetically pleasing kick out by Cheese Hammond. Lovely touch. Damien O'Mahony. There's a chance here. Was it offside? It is.
That was a very nice ball there, but just came possibly a fraction too late there for Danny O'Donoghue.
Yep, a lot of space opened up after that good touch. Very lively player, Damien O'Mahony.
Quinlan's attack looking like they have the measure of Satellite's defence here early on. I mean,
yeah.
The chances that have been carved out have really all been Quinlan's.
Yep.
That was Irwin there, trying to battle through. Quinlan's come away with it and coming down the right hand side here. They seem to be finding a bit of joy down the right hand side. Vital touch to take that away from Hosford there. If he got that, I think he was running into space there, and that could have been very dangerous for Satellite. It's into O'Donoghue in the box here again. Twisting, turning, looking for a way. He gets the ball across. Just straight into the arms of Hammond there. Game that's kind of ebbed and flowed here in the first little while. First 20 minutes of this game. That's a great ball over the top here. Some great defending there by Satellite. And they win the free out here.
That is an excellent free kick won by Eric Kennedy there. I do not think he was actually fouled. Gotta love when defenders do that.
Just came across the cover well.
I think if Satellite are to create more chances, they have to get their full-backs involved. It is kind of a risk-reward, but they are the two danger men for me. For Quinlans, you really got to look at Damien O'Mahony and Danny O'Donoghue there. Especially O'Mahony's ability in the air. It doesn't look like it, but by God, he can header the ball.
And this is Danny O'Donoghue getting to the byline, putting the ball across, but can't pick out a man. And Horgan here now has a chance to break, but well defended there. And that was Diarmuid Keneally putting the ball out of play.
Satellite need a bit of a breather there. They've been on the back foot for the last 5 or 6 minutes.
And do getting the ball down and just getting their foot in it. Irwin tries to play a ball forward here to Horgan.
Well read by Keneally again.
Well read by Keneally, yeah, definitely.
He stood out so far.
Safe pair of hands there at right back. And that's a good throw into the space here, and it's Horgan. Puts the ball across looking for McCarthy, can't find it. And a speculative effort there.
Mark Maher saw the headlines. Unlucky, he was right to have a go.
Ball was dropping kindly for him, but just couldn't make the connection there.
If you can go back to that throw-in, that was
really well worked there.
Tom Brady-esque down the sideline.
Just saw that Horgan was moving into the space, and this is Horgan forward to McCarthy. McCarthy on the turn, and now he's got a run on the left back here. Tries to play a ball across the goal there, but unfortunately Horgan and Irwin just not close enough on that occasion. But better now from Satellite. They getting forward and getting a couple of passages of play together, which is I think what they needed after being on the back foot.
And they've either changed.
Oh, but Quinlans have a chance here. Hammond alert to the danger.
It looks like Simon Irwin is actually staying up top now, so they might also be playing a 4-4-2.
It does look to be that way. They seem to have reverted to a typical 4-4-2. Plays for a push in the back there, but here come Quinlans coming forward. Hosser with a strike, and that's a good save from Hammond. A safe pair of hands there, and he's put the ball behind for a corner, but Quinlan's there fashioning something out of nothing.
Quick break there. Darren Hosser, that sweet left foot. You've got to look out for that one.
It was a lovely strike there. Trying to beat Hammond on his near post, which was kind of really his only option from that side, being a left footer, but Hammond with a strong pair of hands there, putting the ball behind for a corner.
One hand up, you know what that means. It means he's going to take a corner into the box. Could be in.
That ball's one in. Swung to the back post. No one making the gamble of making a run to the back post there, and that ball straight out behind for a goal kick.
Again, I do think they are very dangerous from set pieces. I've seen it first hand. I've seen it second hand.
Probably seen it in more hands than you'd like to count.
Definitely.
That ball played short to the right back here.
If I could put myself inside the coaching booth here for both teams, for Satellite, I would push their full-backs, swap them with the wingers, let them attack. For Quinlans, just keep doing what you're doing.
Quinlan's definitely in the ascendancy.
Yeah, it's really kind of showing now after the first 20 minutes.
This ball contested here in Pat Horgan. Will be tenacity to win that. That's a brilliant tackle there.
Great tackle. They're strong at the back, Quinlans.
Oh, it's Sean O'Donovan. He's set this attack now in motion.
Chance again. Danny O'Donoghue will have to
the byline here. And Quinlans have men forward if they can pick one out.
Oh.
Referee doesn't make a call here, and Satellite with a chance to break. They've got men forward now. There's Kevin O'Connor, Irwin here, and he's picked out McCarthy in a great position.
Nice turn.
McCarthy with a turn. And well defended there by Quinlans. Now Donoghue there to sweep it up, dropping deep there and picking up the ball.
Much better from Satellite.
This ball played crossways, but can't find a man. And Satellite seem to be more dangerous when they get the ball down on the deck and just get a chance to string a couple of passes together.
They just need a bit more aggression when they do have the ball. Players getting forward.
We are Kennedy. Finds Irwin. And Kennedy pushing forward again here. And this ball is for Kennedy, and that's a great pass. Spriggs, alert to that one, out quickly. Read that very well and was able to just take it away from Kennedy at the vital moment.
Spriggy Smalls, they call him.
That ball all satellites, but that's just played to nobody in particular here. And this is Graham Hosford. Tried his luck there from about 30 yards.
Yeah, his teammates will be urging him not to do that again.
Bit of a daisy cutter, but that wasn't going to trouble Cian Hammond there in the Satellite Taxi's goal.
It's the longest kick of the half there from Cian Hammond. Seems to be switching up his tactics. Didn't work out.
And this is Darren Hosford, one of the 3 Hosfords in the starting lineup for Quinlans. He drops the ball, leaves it to Sean O'Donovan.
The Hosford triplets, they're known as of right now.
That ball just bounces over his head. Quinlans retain possession from clearance. Switching the play and attacking down the right hand side here.
That's beautiful from Keneally. Well won by Mark Maher. Got a handbags on the sideline.
Kevin O'Connor with the throw in.
Emmett O'Neill. Needs a throw.
Emmett O'Neill quiet in this first half, but making a few yards there.
More of a defensive minded midfielder. Bit of a destroyer in there, if you will. They'll be looking for Simon Aaron to do a lot of the creating in there.
Brief break and play here. Chance for us to catch our breath. Must have been fairly frantic here so far in the first half.
Absolutely.
This is going to be Kevin O'Connor. And that ball well cut out.
You might see on camera Ray Halsey there with his traditional shorts. His good luck shorts.
This is Kennedy.
Manager of Satellite Taxis, of course, this year.
O'Neill, Kennedy again. Just runs into a brick wall there.
Chance.
And Quinlan's coming away with it.
Nice.
That was a lovely touch there. Sets Hosford out down the right here. And wins the throw.
Ran out of ideas there.
It's a poor touch there from Damien O'Mahony. He's been bright in this first half. That ball lumped forward to Horgan.
Keneally again.
Keneally just lost the flight of it there for a second, but managed to retain it. Spriggs, that's a great touch there.
Ross Healy's been given trouble again.
And again to the byline. Again, a couple of men forward, and that's a great ball. Hammond's lost that one, but
I was going to give a foul there, but a huge leap again from Damien O'Mahony there. Really have to look out for him in the air.
Damien O'Mahony just adjudged to have impeded Hammond there as he went for the ball. It is a trait of the modern game, really. The
Keepers always get that one, yeah.
Keepers in the air are fairly untouchable. And for a moment there, that could have been Satellite in a big load of trouble.
Absolutely. And the way the game is going, they really wouldn't want to go 1-0 down here, because I think Quinlans will be happy to sit back after scoring here. The way they are set up, they're so good at the back. A few shaky moments from Satellite at the back, but
very defensively minded side. Quinlan's very strong in defence. They have the second least amount of goals conceded in the league this year. They've only conceded 15 goals in 14 games, so a very strong record there.
And they do play their home games on an AstroTurf pitch as well, so generally there are more goals scored there. Loads of space here for Satellite.
But Kevin Murphy very well defended there from Satellite, or from Quinlans again. Kevin Murphy stepping out when the danger was there.
There was loads of space. I think they actually had outnumbered Satellite.
There was a bit of a dangerous boot there from O'Neill, and he's conceded 3.
That is his middle name, Eamon. The dangerous boot, O'Neill. Hosford again.
This is Graham Hosford. He's going to be possibly playing this ball long into the box, but over everyone's head. And Hammond releases the ball quickly.
Great play by Cheese. Kevin O'Connor, loads of space.
Loads of space, but he's being tracked down here. And it's out to Horgan, who's out in the left wing.
Again, just waiting and looking for options.
He just played in front of Irwin there when the ball eventually did come in.
Just a little more aggression needed.
He did have O'Connor ahead of him on that occasion. Do you think he possibly played the wrong ball there?
Not necessarily. I think he was unlucky.
This is Kennedy.
They're doing all they can. It's just the one time they had men forward there, they just lost the ball a few minutes ago.
Hosford looking for O'Donoghue. That ball played just behind him as he went to make a run into space.
Someone gambled there.
Kevin O'Connor heading the ball forward. And this is Irwin, and that's a great ball over the top here. If Horgan can get on the end of it, Spriggs had to come out of his box, and that is a hefty challenge there on Spriggs.
Completely accidental, but
no malice in that whatsoever, and
completely spectacular.
Spriggs sent tumbling there as he went to clear the ball, and had to be really alert to the danger there because Horgan was in.
I absolutely can't wait to see that one in slow motion. In the post-game highlights.
Spriggs, no ill effects there. It's a lumping ball forward.
Chance.
And there's a chance here.
Which way will he go?
Quinlan's looking to turn. And wins the corner here.
Solid from Ross Healy that time.
Ross Healy strong in the defence there.
Look out for this. Corners from this side. The left foot of Darren Hosford.
Damien O'Mahony trying all his tricks there, but there's a strong defending there from Statlight, but could only concede the corner. Poor corner that time. Danny O'Donoghue touches it back out. There's a chance here to whip it in again, but he goes to O'Donoghue instead.
Oh. Craig Brown really took a chance there diving in.
Corner comes across here.
Oh, just again overhit.
Hosford was there at the back post, but it was just too high for him.
Hosford to Hosford. Maybe he should have gone for Hosford instead. Must be the 25th goal kick of the game, by my estimation.
Hammond elects to put it long this time. Ball shepherded out of play there by
Shane Doody.
Shane Doody.
The game's gone very flat, isn't it?
It just seems to be a bit of a midfield battle in the last few minutes.
You would have thought that challenge on Aaron Spriggs would have spiced things up a bit, but it's actually done the opposite.
And here's a chance.
Again, well out.
Hammond out, alert to the danger. But it's only as far as Hosford. Just couldn't get the ball under control here. That's a strike, but it's well blocked down. Damien O'Mahony had a strike.
You regret that decision, I think, because he was one-on-one with a bit of space running at goal. Chose to take the shot on.
Running at Greg Brown there, but Greg Brown getting his body bravely in the way there, that strike.
He's been good so far.
Greg Brown's been very solid in the defence. Damien O'Mahony again, but just couldn't get the ball quite under control. It's out for a goal kick.
Shouts from the Quinlan sideline saying it's going to happen. What it is, we don't know, but apparently they do have a few tricks up their sleeve.
Ball played long. Aim for O'Donoghue there, but
another excellent dive by Eric Kennedy there.
O'Donoghue just adjudged to have pushed Kennedy in the back as he went down. Oregon seems to be playing more on the left wing here. If they decided to put Irwin up front by himself possibly and revert again to the 4-5-1.
I think he's just trying to get involved any way he can. He's really trying to get himself about. It looks like he's taking the central position there now again.
Our first yellow card of the game here for Danny O'Donoghue.
He'll be happy with that.
It's great. Brown here is going to be looking to put this ball into the box.
Maybe a low line drive.
Spriggs up, but he misses the ball. Ball cleared there by Diarmaid Keneally of Quinlans. Only as far as the throw in though. And danger not averted quite yet. This is duty of Satellite. Finds Irwin. Irwin again trying to play that ball around the corner that possibly you could have expected Hennessy to go for.
Yeah. It's kind of an anticipatory pass there. It's probably the last time I'll say anticipatory for the rest of the night.
It's a ball that we mentioned that chemistry with Hennessy earlier, who is missing.
Yeah.
And it's the ball that possibly you would have expected them to play to Hennessy, and the fact that he's missing tonight, are they missing that edge now up top?
Definitely, and I don't know what Hennessy has on in New York, but it must be pretty important because I can't even think of anything more important than this.
This is of course the 2019 Sports Gear Direct Mick Mooney Cup Final, the showpiece of the Cork Business League, and we're here at Turner's Cross Stadium with thanks to Full Time Productions to bring you this vital clash between Quinlans Bar FC and Satellite Taxis. As we get the thumbs up from the Full Time Productions producers here. This is Satellite now in the ball. Dispossessed in midfield again. That's a great ball over the top here.
Great make-up speed again by Duty. Very, very difficult to get past him.
He's a pacey wing back.
Absolutely.
You're not going to get too many balls played into space and win those, so. This is Quinlan's ball in the box, and that ball's played high. It's played towards O'Donoghue.
By hitting Hope.
Hammond, lost that for a moment.
Risky trying to actually catch that, but worked out for him.
Hammond playing the ball long here. Can't pick out a man. Quinlan's now at times just get the ball down. He's winning the free there for the tackle.
Super foul. But you can't blame him either. This
Mark going for that ball as it was bobbling around and just conceding the free.
Kevin Murphy to pump it forward.
Trying to use the height of this Quinlan's team. Ball played across here. Just too much height. Went for power more so than placement there, and possibly just overcooked it.
To be fair to him, the football was actually just changed there, and that really does put you off as a left winger there. Tried to drive the ball across. Had it have been a different football, would we have had the same result there? That is a typical winger's excuse. By a winger.
Empathising with the fellow winger there.
Absolutely.
Ball contested.
Quinlans are winning a lot of those headers now. Hosford to Hosford.
O'Donoghue looking to run into the space here. And this is Danny O'Donoghue.
Oh, he's giving
that ball. Just run that ball out of play there, unfortunately, because that was promising there. He looked to possibly have the beating of Kennedy there for the moment.
If he got past him, it was 3-on-3.
And running into a lot of space there behind Kennedy. Unfortunate there to just be unable to keep the ball in play. And that was a very poor touch there from Ross Healy. He put the ball straight back out of play. Puts that in the back foot. Slomani. O'Mahony wins the corner there.
Linesman trying to give offside. Referee says no.
It's offside!
Linesman says, alright, whatever. Controversy could ensue.
This is Hosford again. That's a great ball. It's O'Donoghue. That ball straight down the goal. Straight down the goal of Hammond.
Lovely strike by Danny O'Donoghue there. Snapped out of his left foot. Cheese was able to get on the rebound. Got a couple of kicks.
Hammond down injured here. A couple of Quinlan's players going in for the follow-up there. Hammond briefly spilled the ball but managed to dive on and pounce on it there again, and
Cat-like reflexes.
I think he's taking a bit of a knock there for good measure. There's Damien O'Mahony showing good sportsmanship there, just going over to check on Hammond.
Great to see. Great to see.
To be fair, this has been a game without malice. There hasn't been any dirty tackles or anything. It's a game that's been played in a good spirit of the game. Hammond there finds duty from the kickoff, and that's a good touch there. Gets a chance now to show his speed.
I think that's what Satellite are missing, just a bit further up the pitch.
Then Satellite just seem to be missing that cutting edge in their attack. It's Keneally playing the ball forward, but it's cut out there by Emmett O'Neill. Back with Eric Kennedy of Satellite. Plays the ball forward, that's a good touch there. This is O'Connor playing the ball up the line, but Horgan just not anticipating that ball there.
It was more of a hit and hope pass, I think. Should have really drilled it into feet, which is where Horgan wants the ball. Let him create from there.
Horgan, a very skillful player. He's got a very good touch, and
he's coming from a Munster Senior League senior team last season, so it was all about playing at the high level.
Scrappy there in the middle of the parking. Quinlan's here winning a free kick.
And they're winning their fair share. They're winning their fair share of headers and scraps in the middle of the park the last 10 minutes.
This will be Murphy again. Put the ball forward.
Nice pass.
That's a looping header. And not too far away there.
The ball hit the back of the net. It's the wrong side of it. Three minutes left in normal time. Goal will be massive going into the locker room.
This is O'Mahony. Just missed the run of Hosford there. O'Mahony battling to win it again, and does so. O'Donoghue wins that again. And Quinlan's winning a lot of the 50-50 balls here. O'Donoghue with time and space, but just can't pick out Hosford there over on the wing. And Hosford lets that ball run out for a throw in.
Nice ball. The other Hosford.
And that ball lumped clear. That ball put across. Hammond again with a really good take. He's very confident in coming out and collecting the ball.
Nicely claimed.
He sets Kennedy away here with a throw. I don't know who concedes the throw in.
Quinlans really don't give Satellite any time on the ball. You see them being closed down again here.
Pressing high up the pitch. And again. And O'Donoghue's actually managed to keep this one in play. Puts the ball across, but unfortunately nobody there. And Hamlin lets that one run across the face of goal and out for a goal kick. Yet another goal kick here for Keane Hammond.
He'll have a sore foot.
He again plays this one long. But again it's won by Quinlan's in the air. Shouts of a handball there.
There's been many shouts for the at the referee this half, and
willing to let the game flow is Dennis Kerr when he's doing a very good job here.
Usually does, yeah.
Oh, and that was
he's not going to let that
a bit
one
of
go.
a nasty challenge there, and It's the second yellow card of the game there for Quinlans. This one for Darren Hosford.
Might have been a clever foul, actually. Stopping the break.
It did look like Satellite possibly could have had a chance there to run it into space and create some danger. As Shane Doody is down there, but
you'd like to see them pass. You'd like to see them pass this one short and try build up play. We've had too many long free kicks around the halfway line.
Particularly with Quinlans, they seem to be much stronger in the air than Satellite.
Yeah.
Perhaps it's time to refresh the tactics here from a free kick and get the ball down and play, which is where they seem to be getting some joy. It's a header one there.
Definitely won it, but I think they do have to go to the drawing board.
That's a poor pass there from O'Donoghue. And O'Connor just stumbling at the wrong moment. Stanley O'Donoghue again very deep here. Again playing a second wayward pass as Kennedy gets in and interrupts there. And Satellite now will throw in an advanced position. And it's going to be Kevin O'Connor to take it.
Lovely ball.
Kevin O'Connor.
Chance.
Finds Horgan. This is Brown. The strike. Oh, he struck the crossbar here. A brilliant effort from 25 yards there.
Mark Maher.
From Mark Maher. That was a lovely strike and a rattle at the top of the crossbar.
On his weaker foot, it did loop over the keeper.
And that is the closest that Satellite have come to breaking the deadlock here. It was a wonderful strike, looping over the keeper and just striking the top of the crossbar and ending up in the St. Anne's stand. And that is half-time here in the 2019 Sports Gear Direct Mick Mooney Cup Final. Score at half-time is Quinlan's Bar FC 0, Satellite Taxis 0. And hello everybody and welcome back to the second half of the 2019 Sports Gear Direct Mick Mooney Cup. The scores still deadlocked 0-0 between Satellite Taxis and Quinlan's Bar FC.
Hopefully these Jaffa Cakes kick in soon into the second half and get some bursts of energy on the field.
Aaron, you're a former Satellite Taxis player as they attack down here to the left with Eric Kennedy.
Wanted to see more of that in the first half.
And Aaron Sprague in the Quinlan's goal again, just getting his hands around the ball there early in the second half. Aaron, as I was saying, you're a former Satellite Taxis player. What would you reckon would have gone on in the dressing room there at half time?
I think they definitely made some changes here. From a quick look here, I can see that Eric Kennedy has moved into a more advanced position, swapping with Kevin O'Connor on the ball now. So they must be listening in, because that's exactly what I suggested they do before half time.
So possibly looking to utilise the pace of Kennedy a bit more here.
Yeah. The usual motivational
Danny
stuff.
O'Donoghue with space here to run at the Satellite defence. Tried to play the ball out wide there to Hosford. Satellite to come away with it.
Nice run.
And this is Breffney McCarthy on the right wing. Tried to play the ball around the corner there, and again going for that ball around the corner that we've seen a couple of times in the first half, and just not coming off of them here.
They're seeing the shadow of Shane Hennessy just making those runs. That shadow is far away now in the Big Apple.
This is Kevin O'Connor for Satellite, attacking down the left.
Nobody closing him down. It's like
Kennedy was looking to get that ball to feet there, but O'Connor electing to play the ball into space in the box.
Beautiful throw.
Kennedy just not quite ready for the ball.
Well read by Ross Healy there.
Healy stepping out of the defence and bringing the ball forward. Jeez. Again, looking for Kennedy again in that more advanced role. He does seem to have swapped positions there with Kevin O'Connor.
Space, and he goes back.
Now Horgan in late, and Dennis Kerwin decides that's a free.
Free in?
Seems to be, yeah, that was
strange.
That was a free in.
Have a word with Dennis Cronin after the game and ask him about that one.
Horgan looked to be the aggressor in that challenge, so unusual that he seems to be the one who's won the free kick here.
Cronin is known for letting things go.
Danny O'Donoghue having words with the referee, and he needs to be careful. He's on a yellow card from the first half, so he can't be doing that too much.
Yeah. Last thing he wants is to be paying the league office 50-60 euro for that fine.
Assistant Secretary Peter Travers with that one straight into the bank.
And we see Ray making the dollar sign down by the pitch.
It's going to be Shane Doody to strike this. Straight into the wall.
It's not the usual free kick taker.
Mark Maher retrieves possession again here for Satellite. It's Kennedy looking for Maher again, but that ball's cut out.
Possible foul throw there.
Kennedy,
Liquid football.
ball played in, and unfortunately a poor delivery there. He just seemed to lose balance as he went to strike it there, Emmett O'Neill, and that ball straight behind. As the sun makes an appearance here through the clouds, setting over the St. Anne's End. That's going to be right into the eyes of Aaron Spriggs here. Long ball.
Nobody wants to win the. Yeah.
And Ross Healy under pressure there. Can I put the ball straight out of play?
Shaky there from Healy again.
Shouts for a foul throw. Referee leaves it go. So Manny. Ball in the box. That's a good touch there, but
Chance.
shielded from it. But it's O'Donoghue. O'Donoghue just off target over the crossbar there, and I think Cian Hammond relieved to see that one fly by.
Either side of the keeper, and that's in. As Andy Gray would say. That's just like saying if the ball went into the goal, it would have been a goal. There's something happening on the Satellite sideline. It looks like Red Gainey and Alex Quinlan are getting ready. Two of the more attacking minded players.
So O'Donoghue wins this and has a strike first time, but that's a wayward strike and
Wasteful.
not going to be too happy with that one. Possibly he had the chance to take a touch there and have a proper strike at goal, but saw the ball dipping in front of him and thought that he was going to take it on the volley.
Yeah, went for the spectacular. I think it was a bit of a tired effort. Got a few words from Darren Hosford in the ear, telling him, hey, less of that please.
Yo, come on!
Again, Quinlan's winning that ball in the air, as we saw a lot throughout the first half.
Gary Gould is winning a lot of those headers in centre mid.
That ball long forward, and they've got Danny. A bit of confusion here, and Danny O'Donoghue was ready to pounce. Hammond eventually with the clearance. Doody back in the right back position. He's chased down here. Good tackle there from Quinlans, but again Doody with a quick throw. Looking for Irwin. That ball cut out by Cullen Kerwin of Quinlans. And it's Doody again with the throw. And again it's Kerwin cuts it out.
Nice touch. Doody looked to get it back onto his left foot. And back by Irwin. Lovely ball.
Ball in space. It's O'Neill. And that ball took a deflection on its way through. And Spriggs was scrambling there to cover it. I think he possibly had it covered. That ball out for a corner.
Blistering effort by O'Neill. Emmett the big boot O'Neill. Look out for Ross Healy here.
Pal Horgan to take this corner. It's an in-swinger. Doody with the touch there it was. This is Irwin. And Irwin goes for a strike from Spriggs. Underneath it. Don't think he was quite expecting that one to come at his goal. I think he was expecting that one to possibly go out as far as Horgan again. This is Brown for Satellite. As far as Kennedy. Kennedy to O'Connor. Satellite really looking at attacking up this left hand side in the second half. Pat Horgan. His touch takes it out of play.
Seems that Kevin O'Connor is still playing left wing, Kennedy behind him, so those predictions, advice from myself, hasn't gone down. Like I thought it was just an overlap early in the half. And here's another one.
Kennedy definitely getting into more advanced positions.
And he needs to.
We've seen him up in the final third quite a lot here at the start of the second half.
I think what you're going to see here is the introduction of Red Gainey, and he's going to be put on one of those wings, twisting and turning, doing what he does, trying to make something happen because they're living off scraps at the moment.
Red Gainey is the top scorer in the Mick Mooney Cup this year. He's got 4 goals, and he is the joint top scorer with Darren Hosford of Quinlans. So if you're looking for a man with a goal in his boots, definitely Red Gainey's a good man to introduce.
He's a big game player too. Simon's had a great
McCarthy taking them
chance. Oh,
and that was a very, very good tackle, but it's not clear yet.
Huge tackle by Keneally. Absolutely massive.
That was a cruncher, and they're away here.
Oh,
But Doody comes away with it. He's chased all the way by Hosford, who dispossesses him, and O'Donoghue again. And a bit of life being injected into this game, the crowd responding accordingly.
Exactly what we needed. Dead right.
A couple of big challenges going in here in the last few minutes. All fair, of course, all within the game, but
that could have been a goal-saving one there, and it was a huge one by Keneally.
The intensity just notably ramping up a notch here.
Yeah. Funny, the 2 standout players for me have been the right backs of either side. Shane Doody for Satellite and Keneally for Quinlans. Simon Aaron has had a good start to the second half also.
Emma O'Neill here with the throw in. She's left it for Doody. And this is Damien O'Mahony, and he's in space.
Oh, lovely touch.
Ball laid off here.
Lovely.
That's a great ball across the face of goal, and it was O'Donoghue there, I think, trying to get on the end of it, but
I think it was Hosford.
indeed it was Hosford.
Mr. Gould making that overlap run down the left wing from centre mid.
Doody with a long ball up there, and it's McCarthy.
That is a stupid corner kick given away. I think he was just trying to kick the ball off breath.
I don't think where the ball went was possibly top of his priority list there.
No, I think he was
just away
trying
from
to hit
McCarthy and take the sting out of that attack.
He was really trying to hit Breath right in the face there.
Ball swung in by Irwin here. It's a looping one, but it's an easy take there for Aaron Spriggs. Oh, he's got outside the box here.
Rookie mistake.
That's a free kick for Satellite right in the edge of the box, and that's just senseless. Absolutely senseless there from Quinlans. And that
Hosford
was Graham
again.
Hosford, who gets himself into the book. He's the 3rd Quinlans player now in a yellow card.
What the hell was he doing?
Completely unnecessary yellow card there, kicking the ball away for a free kick when it's not like weren't even looking at taking the free kick quickly. It was,
And they were all standing in the way. But
there was no danger there, and he just
the free kick in the first place. I mean, the ball's in the keeper's hands. You can't be giving away a free kick.
He's been flirting with the edge of the box there with the ball in his hands, and got caught out there.
And he's definitely talented. You got to give him that, but he'll learn from that one.
A very good keeper indeed, but it was uncharacteristic error there possibly.
Now, so it looks like Pa Horgan. I've seen him try to get it under wall in recent weeks, but I say keeper's side here. Yes,
he has indeed. Aaron Spriggs there, just getting his body behind it. It was possibly a tame effort there from Patrick Horgan.
And he did go with the low effort, but
possibly went for placement more so than power there, but just couldn't direct the ball into the corner.
And that feels like a huge win for Quinlans there.
Left off Spriggs he's taking that yard out of the box there as he goes to kick the ball out of his hands, and it's just really just a dangerous thing as you saw getting caught out there.
Strange that he wasn't booked for it either.
He's throwing here.
Nice covering by Hosford.
And that ball coming very close to smashing a window in the houses behind the Derrynan road stand.
And that football will be given as a Christmas present to one of the grandkids. As a Turners Cross local, I have had my fair share of footballs land in my garden, and I must say it's a great surprise.
It's that like the much brighter of the two teams here in the second half.
Definitely. I do think they brought the Jaffa Cakes in during the break. Definitely more lively.
They've started the second half with intensity that we didn't see in the first half, and
yeah, that could be
they've been
down to
very
the team
lively.
talk too. Could get quite animated in there.
Manager Ray Hallisey, is he known for his hairdryer treatments a la Fergie?
He's a man who loves his players, and he really gets behind them, and he instills serious belief in every one of them. So you see the way they came out in the second half.
And this is Horgan twisting and turning there in the corner and winning a corner.
Everyone just getting a breather now, especially me.
That ball
Awkward corner.
played out.
Oh, nice.
Mar with a lovely touch and a volley. Ball played back across, but that's well clear there from Quinlans. It's Damien O'Mahony, but he's isolated. Tries to do his best here. Irwin dispossesses.
Lovely.
And now it's Mark Maher again. And Maher looking for a man. Finds Emmett O'Neill.
But again, great work rate from the Quinlan's team.
It's a very high pressing game they're playing. Really putting a lot of pressure on any satellite player in possession.
I mean, when they lose the ball, they don't put their head down and give out about it. They absolutely break their back trying to get it.
This is Kennedy with space to run. He puts the cross in. It's cleared there by Quinlans. Back in again as far as Horgan. Again clear to O'Neill. Gary Gould again winning headers. He's won every challenge I think that he's been involved in, Gary
excellent.
Gould.
Outstanding. Double G as he's known as of right now.
There'll be a lot of these players with nicknames after this game.
That's how we roll.
It's O'Connor winning that ball. Gould again winning that header and sending Quinlans forward.
Lovely pass by Mark Maher.
This is
Loads of
McCarthy.
space. Oh, I think
And that's a good ball to Horgan there. Spriggs out again, alive to the danger of Horgan.
there was loads of space there for Orban if you choose a different option.
O'Donoghue dispossesses McCarthy, but he is in turn dispossessed again. Irwin concedes the throw in there.
Bit more life.
Definitely intensity going up a notch.
One of Alex Cullen introduced here. Kind of unlucky not to start, in my opinion.
So number 18, Alex Collin coming in here.
There's a lovely jump in the air.
It looks like it's Kevin O'Connor there, the left wing for Satellite coming off.
Straight swap. More of an attacking minded player.
Straight swap there in the left wing. Do you think that Kennedy will kind of revert more back to the left wing or left back role?
Yes, definitely. Alex Cullen, not known for his defending, but if he gets a chance around the box, he is known as a very, very tidy finisher. And he's absolutely handsome. As a side note. Great ambassador for the league. Speaking of ambassadors for the league, big shout out to Peter Travers, who's completely revamped the league and bringing it into the 21st century.
It's the league going through a lot of changes there recently, rebranding itself as the Cork Business League, new logo, new website, and it looks fantastic. It's really great. I've spent a lot of time the website there in the last week researching for this game, and just everything's so easy to find. It's so intuitive, and credit to Peter Travers. He's been a breath of fresh air for the league and really helping to modernise it. Danny O'Donoghue here in space and onside. What can you do from here? Can't beat the first man Brown there, unfortunately for him.
Another lazy effort. But I believe Danny O'Donoghue may be feeling a bit of fatigue here. He has been out injured for quite a while. So,
And possibly
usually when he's in that much space, he's just electric on the ball. So, it does look like he's
it's the pace of the game since the start of the second half getting to him.
It could be, and the work rate of the Quinlan's players are so high. I think he's been told to work his socks off because
This is
he has so many
Hosford.
on the bench.
That ball bouncing around. High and wild and over there from Quinlans.
Oh, we've got cramp, an early cramp. We've
got a man down here.
It's Greg Brown.
Greg Brown, who has put in a shift, to be fair. He's been everywhere, defence, attack. Real workhorse of a game for him, but possibly feeling the effects of it there in his calf, and Cian Hammond is there to just help him stretch it.
Hopefully it is just a cramp for his sake. So we see a few other players stretching their muscles out there.
So we're here at Turner's Cross Stadium, the home of Cork City FC, with thanks again to Full Time Productions, helping us to put on this show and bringing the best of the Cork Business League to you with the 2019 Sports Gear Direct Mick Mooney Cup Final. It's still scoreless here into the second half between Quinlan's Bar FC and Satellite Taxis FC, but definitely no shortage of action. Quinlan's have struck the bar, Satellite have struck the post, and it's been an exciting game so far, Aaron.
Absolutely, and to add to the excitement, Dennis Cronin has warned the touchline not to throw water bottles onto the pitch, frowning upon any objects being thrown on the hallowed ground here at Turner's Cross.
So, Satellite getting the game going again, while Eric Brown is down injured. So
Still stretching out that calf.
Playing with 10 men for the moment. As that's the new man there getting involved. Alex Collin getting involved there and sealing a free.
Serious and cramp here for Greg Brown. Really need to make his decision quickly.
He is struggling, and that's putting Satellite at a disadvantage here. Quinlan's possibly sniffing blood here at the moment. It's Alex Collin just steadying the ship here. Erwin possibly lingering on the touch, and O'Neill electing to put that ball long.
A bit too casual from Erwin there. That area of the field.
As Eric Brown rejoins the action, so he appears to have recovered. Again, good pressing there from Paul Horgan.
The referee has overturned the linesman.
Referee, giving the decision there to Satellite, that looked like it was Paul Horgan put the ball out of play.
I think it came back off the Quinlan's man. I think Dennis Cronin has a good eye. Just one of them. Lovely flicked on. Lovely.
That's a very good touch there from Erwin. As McCarthy here pressing into the box. It was a fair challenge there from Quinlan's. It was strong, but it was fair in the box as it needed to be.
Just a bump.
Quinlan's weathering the storm here. Danny O'Donoghue looks like he's taking a knock there. And Quinlan's captain Danny O'Donoghue goes down.
He could be feeling the effects of not playing a lot of football recently.
It was a big hit there. I don't know if that was necessarily a cramp or whether that's as a result. No, it's cramp.
Could just be tired. Let me chill here for a while. Try to get a second wind.
This game really has been played at breakneck speed since half time, and as you mentioned there, Danny O'Donoghue coming back off an injury and possibly feeling the effects of this. And
this could be going to extra time. I mean, there's players pulling up with cramp due to the intensity. There's a change in the centre of the park. Colin is off.
And this is Robert O'Rourke of Quinlan's Bar looking to make his introduction here.
Probably the surprise of the day that this man wasn't starting. He has a vicious left foot and some serious skill. And running at a tired Satellite defence now he's going to be.
Looking to possibly be a super sub here, but Horgan again hassling and harrying the defence. That's a strong tackle there from Erwin. And Donoghue back on the pitch and playing that ball forward there to Hosford.
Great
covering there from Brown.
Trying to do something early. Not working out.
Unfortunate there, he just took the touch. He was a bit heavy and just put that ball straight out of play.
We haven't said Cian Hammond's name an awful lot in the second half.
He hasn't had much to do in the second half. There's been one or two skirmishes around the box, but hasn't really been involved much, Hammond.
So we'll just say Cian Hammond once more. Cian Hammond.
Ball played long. New man Robert O'Rourke winning that, and that's Gary Gould playing ball over the top to Hosford. Shane Doody with good speed there, getting back and covering. Hosford holding the ball up well here, waiting for the support, and winning the corner there from Shane Doody.
Did well.
Again, he's gone down, and
we've got more cramp.
It's another cramp. Definitely some tired legs out there right now.
In a few years' time, we may look back at this one as the cramp bowl. No, not feeling that one.
Trying to maintain composure and professionalism there.
Cramp bowl 2019.
As Danny O'Donoghue goes to take the corner here, and switching the corner taker there has been Hosford all along. And that ball was whipped in dangerously.
It was up for the taking.
Quinlan's come away with it. And that's intercepted there by Doody. Doody, that's a poor ball there. You had Irwin in a ton of space there. And Gould played offside there.
I believe that's the first offside that linesman has called all day.
I think it has. I think Quinlans is
amazing.
Quinlans are the ones who are getting caught offside, and Satellite possibly, are they playing that? Are they going for a higher line?
I don't think so necessarily. I think both teams like to get the ball into feet. Just not a lot of ball over the top.
Quinlan's just being a little bit over eager there with their attacks.
Greg Brown would want to watch his calf here. Could cramp up.
Greg Brown with a long ball. Breffney McCarthy up to win.
Animation from McCarthy.
Breffney McCarthy is the first Quinlan's man, or first Satellite Taxis man to go into the book here.
And he got the yellow, and he's still at it.
He's going to have to be careful there. Very animated there with that decision. Was not happy with it at all.
Interestingly enough, the last game they played before this final was against UCC, and Breffney got a yellow card in that game for dissent. Continued his dissent, and the referee took out second yellow, but changed his mind at the last minute. Must have known he was playing in a final.
That's a strong tackle there from Hosford, and he comes away with the ball and running now at Greg Brown. Plays that ball across there. It's Gould, and just a heavy touch there took it away from him. And Brown there back to sweep up, and that's some great defending there from Greg Brown. He's been a wall there in the Satellite defence.
He's been excellent.
And he had to run a long way to cover that ground. And
Darren Hosford finally found a way past Shane Doody, and that's to absolutely cling him out of it when he has the ball. And then get in behind him, because you're not going to beat Shane Doody for speed.
This is the new man O'Rourke.
Lovely ball.
Stinging ball across the box there, but couldn't find anyone. That ball's run out for a throw in. It's going to be a Satellite Taxi throw.
Come on, Satellite, pick it up.
It's Kennedy to take this.
As the puns roll in from the sideline.
Horgan with a turn. He's running at the defence here. Horgan skips away from one challenge.
Space open up for
Irwin.
Tired legs again. We haven't seen anyone cramp in a while, but
Irwin just receiving that ball, I think at the wrong moment. He's just trying to sort his feet out as he was turning to face the ball, and just couldn't get his feet sorted in time.
Probably hasn't recovered from chasing back there. Just a couple of times they were put under pressure. Oh, we do have cramp. I spoke too soon.
And it's Graham Hosford, one of the three Hosfords here, playing for Quinlans FC. He's down with a cramp now. And the intensity of this game really taking it out of the players.
See more players trying to stretch out their calves. There's another man down with cramp.
And that is the other Hosford there, number 11. That's Darren Hosford. Quinlans, their last game was a 2-1 defeat to Satellite Taxis in the league, and that game was almost 2 weeks ago. Is there a chance that they're possibly lacking match fitness and match sharpness?
Possibly. I believe for Daniel O'Donoghue, I don't think he has played in a long time, so for him, he has an excuse. Everybody else, they should have been keeping sharp on the training pitch. Of course, playing their games on Astro means that they don't get games called off during the season, and that's probably why they have finished so soon.
Finishing their season a lot earlier than perhaps some of the other teams. Satellite taxis, I mean, they played the 23rd of May, the 21st of May and the 16th of May, so they've played twice since Quinlans have had their last game, which was that 2-1 defeat as well to Satellite.
I think they've been cramping in more games to the latter part of the season than Quinlan's. Crampo.
Do you think that will affect them going into extra time if we need it? That they've had so many games in the last few days. I mean, their last game 4-1 defeat to UCC United in the league. That was 6 days ago, and then two days before that was when they were taken to penalties by Quinlans in the Premier Cup.
Yeah, and I think the gas is really taken out of them in that Premier Cup game. I think they really kind of tried to give guys a go there the last league game against UCC.
Perhaps saving players for the final.
And UCC are such a good team as well. It's no surprise they won 4-1 there. It is a surprise not to see UCC in a final this year, though.
UCC, no one was more of a cup team. They managed to scale the heights and win the league last year, but weren't able to repeat success in any of those competitions this year. And
they haven't done well in cups in a long time, and they know it. But this is Satellite's second final this year. Of course, winning the Shield back in November, and Quinlans are playing in 2 finals also.
Satellite win the Shields 3-1 on penalties against league champions Quinlan's Cow. So they're a strong team when it comes to penalties, and they'll be confident of taking this game all the way through extra time to penalties. And
anytime they have
Cian Hammond is a good shot stopper, and
I need to come out and take one too.
I believe he converted a penalty against Quinlan's, if I'm correct.
That's correct, and he did last season too in this fixture
against Alpha Sud in the final. And a vicious strike there. Struck a body as it went through.
So that's O'Rourke's left foot that I was talking about. Venom in that foot. I'm surprised nobody's gone down with cramp in the last 5 minutes.
So this is Kyle Hosford. Take the throw in. And O'Neill gets that one clear, hacks it away. And Irwin playing that ball long into no one.
No pressure.
Aaron Spriggs.
Will he handball it? Nearly.
The hand. Just settles the team there now. I think that's kind of what Quinlan's really needed. They just need someone to settle the ball. That's not the way to do it. Irwin looking for Horgan there. And Doody breaking from the defence.
Doody cuts inside.
Darren Hosford looks like he's struggling here. He wasn't able to go with Doody, and down his haunches now. That's a great win there by Brown in the air.
Greg Brown has shown up today. Cramp or no cramp, he's been excellent.
Kennelly wins the throw there.
We've Red Gainey warming up again with Jeffrey Abbott.
This is Graham Hosford. Just taking his time, getting composure, looking for Danny O'Donoghue, but again cut out by Brown. It's Emmett O'Neill now in possession. He finds Kennedy to Horgan, and there's a poor ball there by Horgan.
Really needs to take that one in.
He was looking to release Alex Collin down the wing, and
they actually had a chance. I mean, if he controls that and just because he was given space.
Ironically, if he possibly played the ball around the corner that they've been playing many times today, and looked for the space in the corner that he was going to run into.
Overrun by Alex Collin. Not sure what Daniel Dunham was doing.
This is Horgan.
Now they finally have men getting forward.
He was looking for Horgan again, but that ball's cut out, but it's still with McCarthy. And McCarthy attacking the flank here. But well cut out. Quinlan's conceded the throw in an advanced position. It's going to be Shane Doody to take it. But he held up here. And it's going to be a substitution here for Quinlan's. It's Quinlan's number 15 coming on. And that is Christopher Bell.
Ding, ding, ding for Quinlan's.
Christopher Bell, 4 goals in the league for him this year. Awaiting his introduction. Here we go.
Number 15, Christopher Bell. This is number 11, Darren Hosford.
So Darren Hosford, as mentioned, he looked like he was struggling there a minute ago, and that's confirmation of it there. So Darren Hosford goes on, Christopher Belk, Darren Hosford comes on, and that's a big challenge there.
Another yellow.
That's a yellow card there, this time for Patrick Horgan.
Medic, we need a medic, cry Quinlans. If anybody is stuck for a lift after this game, we are all heading back to Quinlan's bar via satellite taxi, so I'm sure the Callans will sort us out there.
We've spotted their free taxi outside the ground.
Yep, it's going to be busy this evening.
A bit of publicity prior to the game.
Huge crowd to drop back to Quinlan's Bar and Grill this evening.
And that is Graham Hosford there, who shipped a big challenge. Appears to be okay, walking it off now.
I'd say he's fine.
Bit of a desperation tackle there from Patrick Horgan, and saw him go into the book. Spriggs plays this one long. It's Hosford again.
Pat Horgan doing all the closing down on his own.
And it's Gary Gould here. He's in the box as Quinlan's break forward. Oh, but that's a very late offside call there. Very, very late offside call.
Was it offside playing it to himself? But Eamon O'Neill mishit it, but did make up for it with the block. You'd like to see satellite support Horgan there a little bit more.
It's a thankless task there as a lone striker.
Yeah.
Simon Irwin looks to have settled back into the midfield role. They kind of reverted to a 4-5-1 again. And that ball misses everyone, and it is Horgan with a lovely touch there. And it's Horgan
Cramp.
again.
Cramp has struck two Quinlan's players.
A great covering tackle there. Sean O'Donovan there with a good tackle. Quinlan's body's dropping all over.
Like flies.
So as we move towards the closing stages of the game here in the home of Cork City FC, Turner's Cross Stadium, we want to thank Full Time Productions once again for putting on this game. It's been very professional with their manner and the way they've set up this game and bringing this footage to you. It's the 2019 Sports Gear Direct Mick Mooney Cup Final. We're still scoreless as we move towards the game's finale of normal time. 30 minutes of extra time, of course, to come if we can't separate the sides.
I think
Horgan whips in this ball.
whoever scores more from now is probably going to win. In my estimation.
Horgan again can't beat the first man. It's Irwin and Horgan with some nice interplay there, but that ball's put out of play by Hosford. Actually manages to win the throw there off Irwin. Takes the throw quickly. And Irwin getting in there, getting stuck in. Doody winning the ball. And it looks like Doody's gotten a cramp for himself now as well. Limbs on, looks to have run that one off.
Yeah, we just need someone to get the ball on the grass and pass it to another man on the grass. Hasn't happened in a while.
It's full commitment from these players at the moment. Throwing bodies on the line there. O'Rourke goes down under a challenge from Mar, but it comes away with it.
Chance now.
What's his call in?
What can you do, Colin?
It's calling to Mar. And Mar plays the ball forward.
Lovely offside.
Flag went up, but
Offside.
the flag went up for offside.
It finally got Eric Kennedy in down the
That's
left.
a very late offside call there from Dennis Kerwin.
What a beautiful pass from Mark Maher, it must be said.
It was a lovely ball, and Kennedy was in a load of space there if he had just kept himself on. Possibly is that a naivety from a defender that he just didn't check the line?
Possibly. Lovely move by Alex Collin coming inside to Mark Maher.
And he's been lively since his introduction, Colin.
Damien O'Mahony beats Ross Healy in the air. A man who
Just can't get the ball under control.
man who's about 4 feet taller than him, but
Emmett O'Neill putting that one clear.
and it's the first bell of the game.
Chris Bell looking to link up there with the other substitute O'Rourke and just not coming off that time.
Bit of a ding dong pass there.
Colin puts the ball forward here to Horgan from the kick out. Horgan looks to go to the byline. He's being tracked. That's a strong tackle there.
Kevin Murphy, who's got more cramp.
Kevin Murphy down again. Just cramping up as he went into that tackle. It was a great tackle, but
we have to be into triple figures now of people going down with cramp. I've never seen anything like it.
Bodies dropping. This game being played at a very high intensity, as you'd expect from a game of this magnitude of the Cork Business League.
I'd like to speak to the sports nutritionists for these teams. I mean, they must not be getting enough electrolytes. Let's be honest here.
They could definitely do with
some isotonic drinks.
I saw them with a lot of Club Energize going on there. And
now, unfortunately, we do not have any isotonic drink sponsors, so we're not able to mention any.
It's Greg Brown losing out there. Shane Irwin with a great tackle there to take it away from Damien O'Mahony, and Breffney McCarthy looking to play a smart ball into Horgan there, but just didn't come off. It was the right idea, but possibly should have been aimed for Horgan's feet there because he had the goal in front of him.
Bit of cramp.
Damien O'Neill winning the ball strongly there from Damien O'Mahony, and that's Danny O'Donoghue. He's been quiet so far.
Alarm bells.
It's Christopher Bell here.
Ooh, lovely.
Step over in a trick.
Oh,
Could it be a bit of trickery here? Who unlocks the satellite defence?
Gary
Slip
Gould
there from O'Neill. It's Gary Gould. Ball ricochets out to Christopher Bell, who puts in a ball across.
Oh,
well headed clear there. And it's Mark Maher who comes away with it. And he's got Colin breaking to his left, and that's the ball he decides to play. Colin just taking a touch there and taking it away from danger.
Bell has been lively.
Mark Maher again.
Bell has been lively for Quinlans.
As you'd expect from a substitute with an electrifying bit of pace, and
he's got something to prove. I mean, he wanted to be in that starting 11.
And there's some tired bodies out there, and perhaps someone with a bit of pace, just making a gamble and making a run could be the difference maker here in the closing stages.
You could see a defender just falling over and it costing them a goal.
Satellite whipping a ball here. Spriggs alert to that. It's an easy take for him.
Will he stay inside his box? He's really pushing it now again.
He does do that. He tends to come to the very edge of the box.
Gary Gould winning a header, nothing new.
Gould playing in a lot more advanced position. They seem to have kind of put him up front, whereas he was playing centre back for a lot of the game. Colin racing onto this. And Colin finds Irwin inside in a bit of space.
Lovely.
And Irwin finds McCarthy. It's a lovely passage of play here. Ball played across, and just in front of Horgan there. That was a wonderful passage of play there from Satellite. Lovely flowing football to move it from defence to attack. Fortunately, just no end product there at the end.
Again, I think fatigue played a role in that, being overhit.
If that pass was maybe 20 minutes earlier, Horgan would have just been that couple of yards ahead and could have been there to break the deadlock. That was some wonderful passing play, and that seems to be the way that Satellite can unlock this defence, is moving the ball quickly and moving it around them, especially as a lot of the Quinlan's players appear to be suffering with fatigue, and
they seem to be missing a bit of pace on the wing.
They just let the ball do the work for them and let that do the running.
Jeff Abbott is about to be introduced. He's going to slot in there at right back.
Shane Doody, he's looked like he's been struggling there for a while. And that's Satellite's second substitution of the game. Shane Doody coming off. And it's number 14, Jeff Abbott, coming on.
Substitution for Quinlans also.
Number 14, Jeff Abbott versus number 2, Shane Doody.
And Quinlan's making their third substitution of the game.
Eric Fleming.
It's Eric Fleming going to be introduced for them. And we'll wait and see who's coming off there.
It's Danny O'Donoghue, the captain, the skipper.
Danny O'Donoghue coming off for Quinlan's. He's had a good game, Danny O'Donoghue. He's put in a very hard shift, and as you mentioned, coming back off an injury, just didn't have the legs to get him through the 90 minutes, but can be very proud of his performance here.
Absolutely. He'll hope to be up here in a few minutes lifting that trophy. It's all up to his teammates now. That's a very relaxed introduction for Fleming. It's very comfortable. Lovely from Ross Healy. Now Alice Cullen, what can you do?
Call in, and that's a beauty. That's the turn. That's the pass around the corner we've been looking for. And Horgan gets to it. And can he get there? And that ball just runs out of play for a goal kick. And
very good recovery from Keneally.
Finally that pass comes off for them, and they were very nearly in there.
They did everything right. I think he may have taken the shot on as Spriggs was rushing out, but can't see it going past him.
Went for the dink instead.
Gave Keneally time to get back. What a pass from Simon Irwin though.
That was a wonderful play to unlock the Quinlan's defence there, and Satellite, when they get the ball on the ground, that's a very poor kick from Spriggs. Colin decides to have a speculative effort there. Spriggs recovered well, was back in position. That ball long.
And Gary Gould wins a header.
And a shocking turn of events there.
And Dinnomani wins
3
about
headers
7
in a row.
now.
But it's lumped clear by Kennedy. And Pat Horgan back in winning.
Big shout out to Pat Horgan. He's worked his socks off today.
He's put in a tireless shift. He's really been the engine in the attack for Satellite Taxis today.
Chance here now.
He's going to be sore tomorrow. This is Brown. And Brown to McCarthy. McCarthy, just the ball gets away from him there.
I think Breff is struggling.
O'Rourke with the inch.
Gary Gould wins a header.
And this is Bell as he cuts inside.
Bell shouts
for a penalty there. Waved away by Kerwin. Oh, and a late challenge there by Bell. He's caught the Satellite Taxis players. He went to make the clearance. And that'll be a Satellite Taxis free.
He's been a lively spark, Mr. Bell.
Yeah, as he was introduced for his pace there in the left wing and really showing that so far.
No relation to Alexander Graham, according to my research.
Brown wins the header. Bell gets the ball out of play. Bit of tension there in the sideline. I think
That's what you want to see. That's what you want to see.
Bell felt like it was a hard challenge, but a fair challenge there from Brown, I think.
Yeah, they're both just competing. That's what you want to see.
This is the pinnacle cup competition in the Cork Business League. It's the Sports Gear Direct Mick Mooney Cup. You want to see that intensity from the players. They're showing it here.
Hosford is forced into a sprint there. We might see him with cramp in a minute.
It's a long ball played up there.
Well read by Ross Healy again. He's really settled down second half. He's played much, much better. There's been no getting past him second half.
This is O'Rourke. And O'Rourke looking at twisting and turning away.
Lovely.
Tried to play that ball in behind there for Bell.
Not lovely. Gary Gould not headering the ball for once. It's probably a foul.
Bell trying to get the best of McCarthy. McCarthy conceding the free kick there.
Satellite rely heavily on Breff McCarthy, but I think he's struggling here. Fitness wise.
That was a tired man's challenge, I think. He knew that he was beaten and decided to just put his body in the way. And he'll want to be careful about racking up the fouls. He's another man on a yellow card.
And he's really put in an effort today. But again, he can flip the game in any minute.
And that is Graham Hosford delivering that ball in, but cleared away by Mark Marr. That's Colin.
Brown.
Ball looking for Kennedy.
Well won by Fleming.
And this is Irwin. And Irwin from McCarthy. McCarthy plays a long ball. I think he was expecting Horgan to make the run, and the bounce might just catch out Spriggs here, out with a header. As far as O'Rourke. That ball played out left here to Christopher Bell. It's Bell here looking at taking on McCarthy. That's a great ball forward again to O'Rourke. The subs linking up well here for Quinlans.
But it's the sub, Jeff Abbott, with an outstanding challenge. The ball, of course, going into another neighbour's garden. Maybe not.
Some alert fans in the Donny Ford stand making sure they don't get clocked in the face.
It's a good catch, as a matter of fact.
As O'Rourke wins that header. This is O'Mahony.
Greg Brown got a cramp.
And
Stretching
again
for that
cramping
tackle.
up there as he was going into that tackle. Again, just sweeping across that defence. He really has been the wall that's kept out Quinlan's today.
Yeah, he stood out definitely. I think both defences have done well overall.
I mean, they're two teams with very strong defences. Haven't conceded a lot of goals at all. Satellite conceding 19 goals in the league. Have only conceded two goals in the cup. Like 3 goals in the cup. It's Irwin slipped there. Oh, and he's taken out O'Rourke there. Lost control of the ball and I think just swung out a leg there to prevent O'Rourke from coming clear with it.
And Dennis Cronin leaves him off, but not many refs would have in that situation.
This is Hosford. There's a long ball.
Ross Healy's on the end of everything second half.
I'm trying to get to that, but just can't prevent it from going out of play there. Chance possibly for a bit of respite in this game.
Questions need to be asked. Why have we not seen Red Gainey?
Possibly saving him for extra time. I mean, Quinlans they're struggling out there. There's a lot of players going down. And that is it. That is the end of normal time in the 2019 Sportsgear Direct Mick Mooney Cup. It's finished. Quinlan's Bar FC 0, Satellite Taxis 0. We haven't been able to break the deadlock here, and 30 minutes of extra time await us. We're underway here again for the first half of extra time. 0-0 at the end of normal time here between Quinlan's Bar FC and Satellite Taxis FC. In a game that's been peppered in the second half with a lot of cramp, a lot of injuries. Both teams definitely feeling the pace of the game here in the second half. And it's going to be Quinlans who are going to be attacking the old shed end, the Joe Delaney stand in the first half of extra time. Satellite Taxis playing from right to left going into the St. Anne's end. Kevin O'Connor here.
If you're looking for an estimate on how much cramp is going to be in this extra time, I'm going to say at least 21.
As this is Hosford to play the ball in.
It's 21 individual muscles.
Breffy McCarthy swapping sides there and playing that ball clear.
He's
Christopher
on.
Bell looking to get in here, but Hammond alive to the danger and plays a quick ball out.
Lovely ball.
Brown to Kennedy.
Lovely move.
And this is Abbott. And Abbott here to Horgan. Satellite beginning to string some passes together here. It's Abbott again.
Is he going to force it?
Looking for space.
No.
That's Colin. Horgan then. That's a lovely back heel, but unfortunately to nobody in particular.
They'd be disappointed with that.
It's Kennedy on the left. And he plays it up to McCarthy.
Chance here if he gets it.
That's a poor ball from McCarthy. It's cut out.
There was space to get it to him.
Eamon O'Neill with the interception.
Difficult
That's
pass.
Christopher Bell and Abbott here now for Satellite Taxis. He plays the ball forward up to Colin. Colin's been lively since he come on.
Yeah, he's done well.
Really willing to attack the defenders and not just play an easy ball. He's looking to make the difficult yards and create some space. This ball's played across to Kennedy and he's looking for Irwin. And Hosford, that was a tired cover. McCarthy, and this is O'Neill in space, and what can he do here? He directs the ball behind. And Colin's just not able to get on the end of that. That was a lovely ball there from Emmett O'Neill.
Will you give him the credit for it?
Really split the defence with that pass.
Yes, I think he pressed triangle there.
If I was playing FIFA, I wouldn't be cursing at the controller and taking him off.
Yeah. Fatigue level 100.
Come on, Redmond! Hello, Red!
Here we go.
Looks like we're awaiting the introduction of Red Gainey.
It's Red Dead Redemption right now. In extra time.
Satellite possibly expecting this game to go into extra time and waiting to bring on a pacey player like this. It's going to be Breffney McCarthy coming off. McCarthy was a lively player for Satellite today. Willing to put his body in on the line.
Always get 100% from Brett. He's done well today. Now they're going to miss him for the penalty shootout because he doesn't miss penalties. It looks like Red is going up front on his own. Horgan left, Colin right.
And Colin looking to get the battle of the pace here. Oh, and he nearly did so. He was almost in, and Spriggs out, and well out of his goal here. That's the way the modern keepers play, isn't it? That they're
The modern or the young.
that's a speculative effort there from Fleming.
Fleming.
He caught that one well, but it was way high and way wide. But, perhaps looking to catch Hammond on the hop there.
Very hard to beat Cheese from there. Fleming is not lacking confidence.
Hammond really rated as one of the top keepers in the league, so it's going to take something special to beat him. Ball won there by Quinlans, but only as far as Irwin.
Lovely one by Fleming. Comes back to Fleming.
It's Fleming with the ball over the top there. He was looking for O'Rourke, and O'Rourke not happy with the pass there. This is Healy for Satellite. Playing the ball forward there, looking for Irwin. That ball's dispossessed. That's O'Mahony, and O'Mahony with a turn.
The ball is just skipping the midfield for both teams now. It's just going attack, attack, attack.
Colin tries to keep that ball in play, but can't do so.
I mean, if he keeps that in play, it's 3-on-3 there. Throwing caution to the wind.
Satellite can see the throw in there off the corner flag.
The biggest surprise of the day is that we haven't seen any cramp in the extra time as of yet.
Aaron, playing in the final last year yourself, you know, it went to extra time, it went to penalties. What's your mindset right now? Are you more focused on not conceding? What's the kind of risk-reward benefit here?
No way. If you're not winning, if it's a draw here, you're absolutely thinking about scoring, taking off your top, doing a few laps of the pitch, showing off your hairy chest.
You're looking at getting headlines.
That's all that's going through your mind right now.
This is Bell, and Bell with a strike. That wasn't too far away from Christopher Bell. He's been very lively since his introduction.
Absolutely, he's been
causing the Satellite defence problems there down that left side.
He's been the star man. If you Bell what the Rock is cooking.
It's a short pass there from Hammond for the kick out. This is Brown. Brown playing the ball onto Colin. Just over his head there.
If he was 7 inches taller, he may have got to that.
Brown not the Colin not the tallest player on the pitch. Perhaps the decision to play a long ball there over his head rather than to feet. Not the wisest one there.
It looks like in extra time the midfielders have completely been bypassed. It's getting the ball directly up there now and just letting.
It's a possible tired player's attitude that it's easier to just lump the ball rather than to look for the passes and make the running and try to get the space.
Do we have cramp?
We have our first cramp of extra time. I think that's Emmett O'Neill from Satellite.
We've got cramp.
Satellite.
There could be accusations here that both teams are just playing for penalties and this cramp is just simulation. Something we're going to have to look into.
So I think Satellite will fancy themselves in a shootout. They're known for winning on penalties. Quinlan's not so much. They haven't really had the luck in a penalty shootout. As the ball's played long here, Hammond's lost the flight of that.
And Damien O'Mahony was right there to finish it off if he missed it.
That was a vital touch there from Hammond. He seemed to lose the flight of the ball in the air as it came in and was that full stretch there to take it away from Damien O'Mahony.
He just grated the ball. Jeez. Watch O'Rourke here swing this one in. He's going to use some pace. Apparently he's not. It's going to be ring ding bell.
And Quinlan's really committing men forward to this corner. All 11 players in the or 10 players in the opposition half.
Chance to break.
For a break here. Healy coming away with the ball and he's got Irwin ahead of him.
Galloping. Lovely pass.
And Irwin plays the ball back to Colin. Possibly took the sting out of that. That was a good ball forward, but Horgan just not able to get there.
good idea. Just needs someone with a bit more pace, or just to.
I think just
Take
put
a
a
bit
bit
off
too
it.
much weight there in the past. The idea was there, but
Just gotta
the
give a shout out to
execution.
Ross Healy there. What a gallop forward that was.
just surging forward there from the back. And
From the start of the second half, he's been Satellite's best.
ended up pushing the back there from O'Mahony, unspotted there by Kerwin. But Satellite come away with the ball, and it's Kennedy. We haven't seen much of him in extra time. Horgan out the left. And O'Mahony strong there. It was a good challenge.
Great tackle by Healy. He's really putting himself in with a shout at man of the match here. He's been absolutely outstanding since half time.
This is Hosford. Hosford to Hosford.
It's happened again. Oh, we got cramp.
Kennedy's down. Horgan's there. And Gainey with a burst of speed here, trying to close the ball down and forcing the throw in an advanced position for Satellite.
Finally, someone with a bit of speed going forward.
Hasn't quite really been involved since his introduction, Gainey. Probably would have liked to have seen more of him from Satellite.
Surely has a part to play here.
Definitely electric pace there, and he can trouble any of the defenders at the moment.
Again, Keneally hasn't really been troubled in this whole game. He's looked very comfortable at right back.
As Horgan puts the ball over the top to Gainey, but Keneally strong in the challenge there.
No commentator's curse there. Big shout out to Keneally, who hasn't gone down with cramp either, so big shout out to him.
Visible difference in strength there between Gainey and Keneally.
Slight difference.
Gainey a leaner, pacier player. That's the end of the first half of extra time. Still scoreless here at Turner's Cross Stadium. It's Satellite Taxis 0, Quinlan's Bar FC 0. Back underway here in the 2019 Sports Gear Direct Mick Mooney Cup Final between Quinlan's Bar FC and Satellite Taxis FC for the second half of extra time. Goals haven't been coming. It's 0-0.
And we're here in the fourth quarter.
The second half of extra time. And it's Aaron Spriggs, Quinlan's Bar FC with the ball, playing a long kick out there. Quinlan's possibly
Nice
with
play by
the
GG. Chance. What was Bell doing? Oh.
tried to play a ball forward, and O'Mahony, I think, realising he was in an offside position, decided not to go for it. And
Danger again.
Bell getting caught in two minds there.
Gary Gould has won everything in midfield. Chance
And
here.
a chance here for Irwin.
Oh, referee.
We looked at Kerwin, he says no reaction from Kerwin. Dennis Kerwin just judging there that Quinlans didn't do enough there to.
That would be a
warrant
big
giving
call
away
at
the
this
penalty.
point of the game.
That would be a huge call, a huge decision, and one that really could have gone either way in the context of it.
Yeah, might have been harsh, but I think it was really a risky challenge.
This is Bell trying to play the ball in behind there, but Brown alert to it. Irwin to call in here on the right hand side, and he's got a bit of space to get across in, and he does. Horgan
Well played,
almost
Keneally.
arriving in there.
I think Keneally and Gould have really shone for Quinlan's in this game.
They have been the rocks at the heart of the Quinlan's defence there. They've given Satellite nothing. The only real clear Satellite chance that I can think of was at the death of the game there with Brown with Mars striking the crossbar. Even that was a strike from 25 yards.
Other than that, Horgan getting past the keeper, but defenders making up.
Quinlan's giving up absolutely nothing so far.
Great challenge by Eamon O'Neill on the ball. And another present for one of the neighbours here to Turner's Cross Stadium. Alex Collin with a lovely GAA pass to his opponent, which has gone out.
He's put that one over the stand as well.
Another gift.
The ball bounced off over the stand when it hit the surface. Luckily we have that one on camera. I don't think he's possibly going to want to watch that one back after though.
Yeah, we're going to have to assess that one in slow motion. Really break that one down after the game. Urgency is nowhere to be seen.
Kennedy concedes the throw in once again. There's a race on here. Keneally
He's given a handball.
very lucky, I think, to get the handball there, because Horgan was definitely in there. Keneally, an uncharacteristic error there. He's been very solid all game, but
We're going to bring on Kieran McCarthy. He started a lot of games this season. Wonder why he hasn't played up to this point. Looks like he's suffering with a bit of cramp from sitting on the bench. And it's Keneally coming off.
Keneally coming off, been one of the standout players for us in the game. Really solid in the defence, but I think just as he went to make that challenge, he looked like he was struggling there.
Probably can't take penalties. But this isn't an offensive move. Make no mistake about it. Not offensive as in I'm offended by it, but it's an attacking option. Just to be clear.
Abbott with a big boot clear. This Colin. It's a heavy touch there, and he's giving the ball away.
Fleming is so cool on the ball. Look at Fleming. What an athlete.
Kevin Murphy there. Again, he's been solid in the defence.
Yeah,
Murphy,
he's got it.
but that's a poor ball there to the new man.
First curse, I think.
It's Kennedy. Kennedy looking to move the ball forward.
Gets a lucky
Still
bounce.
Kennedy moving into the space here.
Offside.
Moving the ball out wide. Offside given.
Come on, linesman. Give us a break.
And Red Gainey there, straying offside.
Silly being offside when you're in a wide position like that.
This is Gary Gould. Again, he's just winning everything. It's Christopher Bell. That's a lovely ball inside. With a turn. And O'Mahony just couldn't find the target there. It's a lovely
He thought
bit of
about
ball.
turning around. He said, "No, I'm just going to swing my boot at this."
Gary Gould has been an absolute colossus in this game. He has won everything that has come his way.
I think I know what his secret is. He's pulled those shorts way up, exposing the legs, allowing them to cool down and not get cramp. Might be a tactic we all
Possibly
look into
also-
in the future.
Possibly aerodynamically better as well.
As a man who wears tights on the field, I can't say I know what that feels like. But
Christopher Bell doing well there as well to find O'Mahony in the box. Really good play there from him too.
he's been sparky. You've got to admit it.
He's Bell there doing really what he was introduced to do, and that's add a bit of pep and life into the Quinlan's attack. And he certainly has done that.
Shocking surprise here. We stop for cramp.
Damien O'Mahony, he's been tireless working around the pitch too. He's really put his body anywhere it's needed and suffering the effects of it now.
Had he got that chance earlier in the game, maybe he'd have done something else. Drawing much closer to penalties now, and I think everybody's accepted it. Except for me.
Satellite Taxis as well have won 4 of their last 6 shootouts, so very prolific from the spot.
And up until a couple of weeks ago, it was 4 out of 5.
Yeah, they've lost their last 2. Lost 5-4 in a shootout to Doolan's Cow in the Premier Cup, and lost to Avondale United 4-2 in a shootout in the Munster
They
Junior
actually
Cup
had
round
4 in a
3.
row before that.
So the previous 4 shootouts before that they won. So definitely they'll fancy their chances in the shootout. And they're experienced at this level. This is their 7th time playing a Turner's Cross in the last 5 years, so they know what to do to take a game to penalties. Abbott plays it back to Hammond. Plays the ball long, looking for Kennedy, but that's looped over his head. Quinlan's not giving up the fight there yet. They're still looking to get a winner here.
Probably looking the more likely.
Definitely have been the the more lively side in the second half of injury time here, or sorry, of extra time.
Ross Healy's been absolutely colossal. Gotta give it to him. Fleming wins it back brilliantly.
There's one thing you can say: no player out there has been shrinking away from it. They've all really put in a shift here today,
and especially Quinlan substitutes. I mean, they've all been good. Especially Fleming and Bell.
And this is Maher in space. Plays the ball to the substitute Abbott. Looks for Irwin. And Irwin's got Colin ahead of him here.
Just hesitated too much.
And just looking to play himself onside there. He was unsure of his position.
Bell did well to get back.
Bell back well covering there. And it's going to be Abbott with the throw in here. Irwin putting the ball across there, but nobody there to capitalise on it. And an easy take again there for Spriggs. Spriggs electing to roll it out.
Fleming, lovely. Back to Fleming.
And this is some good play here. And Fleming's got space if he decides to attack down the right, but he whips in across.
Nice ball to Kieran McCarthy, who gets on the end of it. Gould!
Gould! It's almost off the line! And that was a free out there. Not the call in the stands. Looking. But what a chance there for Quinlans to snatch this. Gary Gould did brilliantly in the box, and the ball was cleared off the line by Satellite.
It was Ross Healy with clearing it off the line.
Ross Healy in the right place at the right time.
Very lucky that Cheese dove for the ball there, and it actually gave a free out. I think it should have been a penalty.
I think that's one of these ones that a keeper getting a decision there again under a challenge. That was one that definitely could have gone either way.
And there's nothing that killed the momentum like a bit of cramp. But there was absolute pandemonium in the stands there. That's what we wanted to see all night.
Game really just sparking to life there. Quinlan's very near to snatching that one.
And it was all about Fleming there, playing 1-2s in the middle of the park. Outstanding cross into the box. Gould getting on the end of it as he has been doing.
Gould has been brilliant today. He has won everything that has come his way. It was a great bit of play there in the box too.
An imposing figure with the shorts pulled up. I think he heard me because he just looked over saying, "Why are you commenting on my shorts?"
It looks like Satellite are going to be making another substitution here.
Shans,
Shane Toomey,
member of the coaching staff nowadays.
Shane Toomey coming on here for Satellite Taxis, looking to make the difference here in extra time.
Experienced head.
And this is Red Gainey. Plays the ball back to Damon.
I think Emmett O'Neill came off. Yeah, Emmett O'Neill is off
again with the turn.
Shane Toomey.
Playing a ball forward to nobody there.
Lovely ball to O'Rourke.
O'Rourke playing a crossfield ball here to Bell. Oh, it's a heavy touch, and it's Colin nicks in there. And that's a free to Quinlan's there. They'll be free to Satellite, sorry. And I think Satellite will be relieved to take that because they've come under the cosh here from Quinlan's in the second half, and this is a chance now to put a bit of pressure on Quinlan's.
And why is Ross Healy not going forward?
It's going to be Brown to take this. Satellite
They could easily
reluctant to commit men forward to this.
They could easily swap Ross Healy for someone else to come back.
And that's right in on top of the keeper there. And the new man Shane Toomey looking to put pressure on him, but Spriggs very cool under that one.
That's it.
And that's it. It's all over here. The 2019 Sports Gear Direct Mick Mooney Cup Final. No separating these sides after 120 minutes. It remains Quinlan's Bar FC 0, Satellite Taxis FC 0, and we are going to head to penalties. And we are back, awaiting penalties here. Captains making their decisions, picking the ends. And we're here for the 2019 Sports Gear Direct Mick Mooney Cup, with thanks to Full Time Productions. And we are bringing you the 120 minutes of football and now penalties.
It's worth noting as well that the last 3 finals now Satellite have been in have gone to penalties, and the 2 this season both 0-0 games. Of course, drawing 0-0 with Doolan's back in November and winning that penalty shootout.
That was 3-1 shootout win. So Satellite Taxi's the more experienced when it comes to penalties. Will that show here?
It goes down to this: if Cheese guesses the right way, he's going to save it.
So Quinlans are going to be the first ones to take a penalty here. And the first penalty in a shootout is so important. You can set the momentum for the shootout. And it's going to be Damien O'Mahony versus Cian Hammond here, Satellite in goal.
All is going through his mind now. Don't miss.
And that's a great penalty from Damien O'Mahony. Stuck that one into the roof of the net, and Hammond had no chance despite the fact that he guessed the right way.
That was a great penalty. He's taken a lot of penalties this season, Manny. Now Ross Healy.
The first man up for Satellite Taxis, Ross Healy, the centre back. He's going to be facing Aaron Spriggs.
I expect a long run up and a side foot.
Spriggs has been cool and composed all game, hasn't put a foot wrong.
He's got a sprig in his step, so he may get to this one. What a penalty, Ross Healy.
Ross Healy, very cool, composed, and stuck that one in the corner. Spriggs guessing the right way, but no chance of stopping that one.
Ross Healy coolly walks away. He knows his work is done for the night.
Hopefully, we don't want to keep going around.
That's the man, Double G.
Gary Gould, our pick for man of the match. He's been a colossus for Quinlans today. And
the shorts are still up. I wonder will that help him take the penalty shoot.
So Gould versus Hammond here.
Oh, sends him the wrong way.
Cool, composed penalty there.
Mark Marr's wasting no time getting to the spot.
Mark Marr showing enthusiasm there. He's up for this. He wants this, and he's taking this by the scruff of the neck.
A few solos as well on the way. Confidence. Arrogance? Overconfidence? Who knows? Ooh.
Stutters the run up, and it's saved by Spriggs! And Mark Marr's had his penalty saved by Aaron Spriggs.
Spriggsy is celebrating like he's won it.
Marr went right. Spriggs guessed correctly in a strong save to push it away there from the goal. And Quinlan's in the driving seat here now in this penalty shootout.
Here comes Bell.
And it's the substitute, Christopher Bell, with a chance to really put Quinlan's ahead here.
Christy Bell.
And Hammond stopped it!
Are you surprised?
Hammond stopped it!
Are you surprised?
It was inevitable Hammond was going to stop one of them, and what a time to do it. Just as Satellite had one saved,
and look who's stepping up.
A save for Quinlan's, and he's the next one up for Satellite Taxis. Really a chance to make himself a hero here. Keeper versus keeper. Hammond versus Spriggs. Brilliant penalty from Hammond.
Wow. Oh, here's the man himself coming up though. It's Fleming. Now, my prediction is a little dink here.
It's the substitute Fleming with the fourth penalty for Quinlan's.
He's just oozed confidence all night. I just really think he's just going to dink it down the middle. Cheese is pumped after scoring.
And that's a great penalty. He goes for power and finds the right hand corner of the net.
Ooh!
Brilliant penalty from Fleming.
Fleming. Outstanding from Fleming.
And Brown is the next penalty taker up.
It's Downtown Brown.
He's been great for Satellite tonight.
Outstanding. Epic. A couple of cramps, but he's recovered. Spriggs dying to get on the end of this.
One who you wouldn't have held it against him if he shied away from this, but he's stepping up and sends Spriggs the wrong way. And it's 3-3 after 4 penalties each in the shootout.
Squeaky bum time.
Here we go. It's basically sudden death from here.
Kieran McCarthy. This man takes penalties on a regular basis.
Kieran McCarthy stepping up with the 5th penalty for Quinlan's.
Pressure.
Cool as you like. Places it into the bottom left corner, and that is a wonderful penalty.
Spriggs could be the hero here.
And pressure on now for Satellite. It's Abbott who's the man who's going to take the crucial penalty here in the shootout.
And I feel from what must be going through his mind right now. Heart pumping out of his chest.
All on the line here for Satellite. This penalty has to go in or it's over.
Abbott versus Spriggsy. Abbott scores!
And we go to sudden death. And now we're into the players who possibly didn't fancy taking a penalty.
Absolutely.
And this is Murphy.
He's a cool head, I.
Kevin Murphy, an experienced player.
He'd be confident taking this one, but you really want to send Cheese the wrong way.
Slow run up.
And he does.
The coolie into the bottom right, and Hammond goes the wrong way.
Pressure all on Shane Toomey now.
Shane Toomey, so again another substitute stepping up here.
Hasn't taken a meaningful penalty in a long time, I reckon. Probably since the old days in Pfizer's, where Satellite used to play their football.
And this really is when the people who go first in the penalty shootout have the advantage.
Game on the line. And he sticks it.
Spriggs there, just caught off balance. Looked to be going the other way, tried to reach back but couldn't get to it.
And here comes Hosford. We could be here a while because he's really, really taking his time.
Can you blame him? It's been an intense game. 120 minutes of football. I don't think you can deny a player a long walk up.
Yeah.
But when the nerves are jangling, is that what you want, or do you just want to get it out of the way?
He's really on his last bit of energy here.
Here we go. Hosford versus Hammond. Sends Hammond the wrong way. And the ball back in Satellite's court again.
It's Pa Horgan. Surprised he's taking a penalty this late, but he's got to score it.
Pa Horgan, he had a lonely night up top. Was chasing down everything that Satellite had. And here he is with the 14th penalty of the shootout.
Spriggs has gone the wrong way a few times. He's bound to get one right. All on the line.
He got it the right way that time, but just couldn't get it. Horgan with a wonderful penalty, went high, which is always a risk in a penalty shootout.
Just enough power. Just enough power there.
And it's going to be O'Rourke stepping up here now for Quinlans.
He's got a wicked left foot.
Power over placement here, possibly.
Definitely power. This one could top corner or over the stand.
It's a short run up. Oh. Sends Hammond the wrong way in.
Gorgeous.
Hammond possibly went early there.
He got right to the post though, so I mean, you get the right way, you're saving it. It's AC.
So here
Alex
we go.
Cullen.
The 16th penalty of the shootout. And a penalty shootout befitting of the Mick Mooney Cup Final.
And here's us wondering, will we ever get to go home? Here we go.
Dark.
Yes!
Collins missed it!
It's over!
It's all over! And Quinlan's Bar FC have won their first ever Mick Mooney Cup title. Wow!
No more than they deserve.
7-6 in the shootout. That was amazing.
Commiserations to Satellite.
They played a brilliant game. The game ebbed and flowed, and it was so difficult to pick a winner. I don't think either team deserved to lose this game, but that's what penalty shootouts are for. And Quinlans are going to be absolutely delighted to take this trophy back north of the league.
They lost the last time out here in the final, so
I think they've lost their only 2 appearances in Turner's Cross, so third time is the charm for Quinlan's Bar FC. Taken all the way by Satellite taxis, and you can't take anything away from them. They've been brilliant this evening. So many players out there don't deserve to go home with a loser's medal, but Quinlan's Bar, Gary Gould, fantastic, deserves to win this.
absolutely. Keneally, Gould, Bell, Spriggs, Kevin Murphy, outstanding performances tonight from
Brilliant
Quinlan's
players
men.
all around. The Hosfords, Danny O'Donoghue putting it all on the line as well for the game. You know, they've won
Well, let's make no mistake about it, Fleming was outstanding since he came on.
Any of those players could have been a difference maker.
Before the presentation, I'd just like
But it's all over here at Turner's Cross Stadium with Full Time Productions. in the 2019 Sports Gear Direct Mick Mooney Cup Final. 0-0 after extra time, and Quinlan's Bar FC are your champions. They've won it 7-6 in the shootout here over Satellite Taxis for their first time ever winning the Mick Mooney Cup. Commiserations to Satellite Taxis, they've been game throughout. You didn't want to pick either side to win or lose this, but we had to get a winner, and it's Quinlan's Bar FC in the shootout.
And fair play to them. Great side.
You know, a fantastic side, so evenly matched throughout the season, in the league, in the cups. You couldn't pick a winner before it, we couldn't pick a winner during it. They have been absolutely brilliant.
Hey. It's good. I think the game's to Healy. I suppose he's deserving too.
So we're getting confirmation. Man of the match here is number 5 for Satellite Taxis, Ross Healy. He's put in a shift throughout.
He's been unbelievable.
You know, as darkness sets in here, it's been a long evening in Turner's Cross Stadium, and commiserations to Ross Healy and all of Satellite Taxis, because they have been brilliant. Brilliant throughout the course of the season. You know, to take it all the way here in defence of their title, and just coming up short here.
Satellite finished the season with 1 trophy, 1 less than last season. You give no reasons as to why.
I mean,
no, they've been good. They've been good all season in every competition.
The top 4 teams in the league, Doolan's Keg, UCC, and here Satellite Taxis and Quinlans, they've been brilliant all season in the Cork Business League. A step above, and any 4 of those teams could have been in the finals. Any 4 teams could have won any of the trophies, and there's no shame in being on the receiving end of the defeat here. And
especially the way they lost, yes, absolutely.
I mean, took it absolutely to the wire. I think you have to feel as well for Alex Cole in missing that crucial penalty.
He did very well since he came on.
He was an electric spark when he came on, and
he didn't get cramp too, which is also worth mentioning.
I was looking. I thought he really could have been a difference maker in extra time. I really thought that he had the spark and the creativity to make the difference, but unfortunately, he's made the difference in a negative way, and
he's going to remember that one. Unfortunately,
hopefully he's going to come back stronger from it, because he's been absolutely fantastic, as they all have. 1 through 11 on both sides have been fantastic. It's been a scoreless game, but a great advertisement for the league. You know, the Cork Business League is really going from strength to strength, bringing in the likes of full-time production to bring in a professional production and showcasing the final in the best way. And you know, thanks as well to Sports Gear Direct, who are long-time sponsors, you know, helping us to put on a show like this. And it's been a fantastic spectacle.
Great to be part of it.
It's been fantastic to be part of it.
And fair play to Ross Healy, he's been outstanding tonight.
You know, Ross
Healy, mention him as one of the man of the match candidates.
It's a long way. It's a long walk up there to get your man of the match trophy when you're not on the winner's side. But you know, he's been absolutely colossal there in defence.
Honourable mention there to Gary Gould.
Gary Gould, he would have been our pick, I think. Gary
if
Gould
it wasn't Ross Healy, it would have been Gary Gould.
Yeah.
This is the 65th game of this cup. So it's going to be running for 65 years, and Quinlan, it's their first win. So congratulations to them. And I asked them to come up and see them, and with the captain coming up at the last, okay?
Great show sportsmanship from Satellite Taxis. They've stuck around and applauding the winners. Quinlan's Bar FC, their first time winning the Mick Mooney Cup, and they are pumped. They are delighted. You know, a lot of the players really
quick turnaround. Another cup final next week.
They do, but worked their socks off tonight. The amount of them who are going down with cramp, you know, really gave their all in this final.
They absolutely gave 110%.
They were spent out on the pitch.
That manager Cronin has them really putting in the effort in his first season in charge too.
So 2 managers in their debut season here, but it's Cronin and Quinlan's Bar FC who've come out on top, and they're awaiting the presentation of the Mick Mooney Cup. It's the 65th edition of the Mick Mooney Cup, and very deserving winners of it.
And we'll see Captain Danny O'Donoghue lift the trophy, his second time winning it and his first in 7 years.
Daniel O'Donnell, of course, winning it in 2012 with the Anglers Rest Sports Bar. And that team folded, going to Quinlan's Bar FC, and this is a moment that they're going to remember for a long time. So Donoghue makes his way up to the middle of the Donny Ford stand, and the trophy being presented by Assistant Secretary Peter Travers. That's just your champions, Quinlan's Bar FC, the 2019 Sports Gear Direct Mick Mooney Cup champions. And listen to those scenes.
Again, thank you to both teams and safe journey home.
So it's congratulations to Quinlan's Bar FC, commiserations to Satellite Taxis. This has been the 2019 Sports Gear Direct Mick Mooney Cup Final, with thanks to Full Time Productions from Turner's Cross Stadium. My name's Alan O'Brien.
My name's Aaron O'Sullivan.
And thank you very much for joining us and listening in. It's been a fantastic final and we hope you've enjoyed it too.
Good night and God bless.